Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Money Reg here, aka Legend. I got another video for you tonight called America is Morally Bankrupt. Let's break right into the subject matter real quick. First of all, this morning I got up, read the news, and I heard that the government is now going to start going after people who have defaulted on their student loans. Biden tried to give people a break. Attorney generals in many of the red states took them to court to stop anybody from getting money. My position is this. We give money to other countries every day, all freaking day long. Nobody says a word. It's quieter than a rat piss on cotton. But yet when the American citizen needs something, all of a sudden everybody jumps up. They should pay their loans and this and that. Sometimes younger people make bad financial decisions the same way older people do. So everyone needs a helping hand from time to time. So America's on this greedy tip right now, snatching everything back. I have a friend who's a doctor. I saw him Sunday. He says they even stopped doctors from having these forgiveness programs where their loans were being paid. America has been blessed by the Creator, oh God Himself, to be the richest and most successful country the world has ever known. And now it's on the precipice of being destroyed by a guy that ran to be president, but he think he's a god. Maybe he think he's a god because he dodged a deadly situation this summer. Maybe he feels resurrected in some kind of way. But I say this here, and the Bible tells us, greediness is a sin. Greediness is a sin. How greedy can you be? You're snatching all the money off the table so nobody else can have anything. And that's a shame, because this country used to be better than that. I remember this country operated on morality, honesty, decency, integrity, little shit like that. But not anymore. Everything is low for the blow. You know how sad it is that they have to put a fact checker on the president every time he talks because they know he's telling a bold-faced lie? You know how jacked up that is? That grown-ass man, you got to put a fact checker on him like his fat ass is wearing a diaper to check him? This where we are right now? That you got to fact check the president of these United States? I remember when the president would walk into a room and it would carry a certain amount of dignity and respect. But not anymore. This is where we are. So all the young people coming through today trying to make a way for themselves through education, family, work. You're killing all that with the greediness. What's your game plan? What's the end piece? For what? Who are you snatching all this money for? The fact of the matter is, young people, I say this to you respectfully, hold on to your bread. Hold on to that money. Save some of that. Get the cookie jar if you can't put it in the bank because you're running from the man. Do whatever you got to do. Don't trust this country anymore. I said it in a previous video. I'll say it here again tonight. I don't want any young people right now joining the United States military armed services because they're not ready for you. They may put you in harm's way because you can't trust this country right now. This country is on the precipice of being something that I don't even want to say. We are self-destructing. The government came out a few months ago and argued that they're going to do downsizing. I'll tell you this, I'd rather have 10 people looking at a medication to make sure it's medically effective as opposed to 2 people. Because in the end game, this is how the end game going to work out. Let me just kick it to you real quick, like I'm putting a football down to the 20-yard goal line. For everything we shortchange now, we're going to pay double on the back end. When I was a kid, they had a commercial by E.F. Hutton. They used to say, you can pay me now or you can pay me later. Damn it, we're going to pay later. And if you pay later, you're going to pay a whole lot freaking more. Don't get it cockeyed, booty-trapped, tongue-tied, or twisted. The white man got you set up for failure, America. Absolutely. So my position is this. The tree is rotten and the wood is weak. What do I mean by that? The tree is the government, the wood is the United States Congress, and some members of the Supreme Court. Sorry, Uncle Clarence Thomas. Sorry. But that's where we are right now. We got a Samuel L. Jackson and Django sitting on the United States Supreme Court, operating just as Samuel L. Jackson did in the movie Django. Plays the same role, but in real life. So this is where we are right now. We're in a country right now that doesn't give a damn about anybody. And it's sad because I remember they used to sing songs in school, God bless America. He did bless America, but what are they doing with it? They're throwing it all away. In the name of what? Greed. Years ago, they had a movie out called Wall Street. Michael Douglas stars in the movie, and he gives this great speech in the movie about greed is good. Greed works. It defines the evolution of mankind. That's a bunch of bullshit. Greed don't work. Have you ever seen a greedy junkie? No, because they die, because they greedy. What happened to greedy people? They get fat and they die. So greed is not good. Where do these people get these things from that greed is good? We all know greed isn't good. You're a little kid, you know greed is not good. Grandma will look over and tell you, don't be too greedy. Go to this person's house, don't eat too much. So that's where we are right now. The country, Congress, the president, Supreme Court, some members, they doing us in. So I urge all young people to do this. Start contacting your elected officials. Matter of fact, I contacted today the New York State Controller's Office. I'll tell you what I presented to them, an alternative theory, because everybody else got alternative facts. I had an alternative theory. They transferred me to the executive chamber. The woman told me, her name was Hannah, she's going to give my message to the governor. I don't know if she was lying or not, but I'm going to tell you what I told her. New York State is one of the few states, ladies and gentlemen, that sends more money to Washington, D.C. than we get back. I believe that California is another one as well. We have some very wealthy states. So if the president is going to weaponize us with our own money, by every time he disagrees with New York State, he's going to strangle us. I'll tell you what we need to do. Hold on to our bread. That's what we need to do. Take our money, maybe, depending on if the Attorney General and the Controller for the state approve, work with other states who are being victimized and weaponized by the president. Maybe put our money in some offshore accounts until this strong wind of bullshit blows over. As they used to say in the military, bovine Saskatchewan. That's another synonym for bullshit. Hold our money until such time that this president is out of here. Because you can't keep punishing people with their own money. That's what we need to do. This is a real creative situation we're in right now, so we need creative thinkers. And my plea, my cry, is always for young people to step up to the plate the way many of you did when George Floyd passed away. Bless his soul. We need soldiers out here right now. If you're weak, go sit your ass over in the corner and get a Snicker bar and take notes. Because real soldiers need to step up to the plate right now, and that's where we are. So I proposed that to the New York State Attorney General today, that we need alternative measures to make sure that we are insulated by the retribution of the president. And it's sad, ladies and gentlemen, that I even had to go there, but this is the situation that the president has put us in. Every morning I get up and I pray for the president, not against him, because he's still my president. I ask God every day for two things for the president. My first prayer is always that God softens his heart. Softens his heart. My second prayer is I ask God every day to keep him away from the wicked. Because at the end of the day, the president is 78 or 79. He's on the precipice of being an octogenarian. That's someone in the 80s. And we know when you get about 80, there's some mental challenges we may face as well as some physical challenges. I do not hope these things for him, but life is what it is, and we face many challenges. So I pray for the president every day. But as long as he's the president and he's mistreating people, taking away vital services and programs all around the world, taking money from USAID, closing it down, so countries in Africa do not have the necessary food and resources to feed babies and children. Notice this. When I grew up, we saw the Vietnam War on TV. Every day my grandmother made me watch it. That's why the war stopped. I respectfully submit this to you and anybody with a video camera. If you showed us some of the atrocities that are taking place around the world with video cameras, and you beam those images back to America, see how fast these wars will stop. But notice you see no video footage of any war. You see no video footage of any malnutrition as it pertains to young people. If people are being starved around the world, we need to see that. If genocide is occurring around the world, we need to see that. But no, not in America. They run the okie doke game on you. They don't show you what's going on. Why? Because they don't want you to know. So I'll say these things respectfully and I'll close. First of all, I love this country and I love everything good about it. All this bad shit that's been happening lately, we need to collectively come together, whether you're on the left or the right, Republican, Democrat. As I indicated to you before, I'm always on Jesus' side, and Jesus is on the right side. We need to come together collectively and make sure that America, the greatest country the world has ever known, continues to be the gold standard and not the bronze standard. I say this to you all, due respect, that I love you for listening to me and for following me. I love you for writing to me, sending me emails. And I love all the beautiful things that many of you have had to say about my videos. So until next time, God bless you. Good night. Stay strong. Thank you for coming out. Peace be still.